dear. Did you remember to get sugar? We've got to get started on that jam. Peaches are looking awfully bright.
Right here, Mom.
Thanks.
Isn't the mailman a little late today?
Aren't you a little anxious today? Seems like you just got a letter yesterday.
It wasn't yesterday, it was the day before. Can I help with supper?
Yes, you could go ahead and peel the potatoes. Did you see Merton on the way home? Almost milking time.
He was up on the corner talking to Scott and them about going down and playing basketball at Dixie. I swear, basketball's all that boy ever thinks about. Is Scott going to Dixie too?
Well, he wants to, and so does Clyde. And Marlene, basketball isn't all the boys think about. You do think about girls occasionally.
Occasionally. Incessantly. Between him and Neil, I don't know which is the worst, ladies man.
Oh, you don't, Harry. Between Neil and me, it's no contest. Hi, Mom. Did I get any mail today?
I swear, you two. Everyone seems to want the mailman. Suddenly, the mailman's the most popular person around here.
Mailman come yet? What'd I say?
She gives this family the best years of her life. She cooks for them. She slaves for them. She washes the floor on her hands and knees. And who gets the attention around here? The mailman.
Well, the mailman's a little late today, dear, and this whole house is in an uproar. Marlene's waiting for a letter from her fella. Merton's waiting for a letter from Cy Brown's girl over there in Leamington. And you for a letter from Bruce.
And Neil's been walking around for a week biting his fingernails down to the quick waiting for his mission call.
Well, he's been expecting it for over a month. Seems like a long time to make a fella wait.
He's sure he's going to the Western States mission, so he can come home weekends to visit.
Hey, Mom, Daddy, it's here, I got my mission call.
Where's it to?
Hey, guys, give us a break. Let me look.
Where are you going, Neil? Bet it's raining in Colorado.
Yeah, the Western
So you
States.
can come home weekend.
Yeah, let's see.
Letting you open.
Oh, no. Here's a passport form. A foreign mission. It's right where I wanted to go. Tahiti.
Tahiti? Where's that?
I don't know. But it's just where I wanted to go.
It's an island in the South Seas, you know.
Oh, Mom, you borrow this for a second. I need a...
Two.
There you go. For the... There you go. All right, look.
Oh, Tahiti. Isn't that wonderful?
But it's so far away. Yoo-hoo! Zella! Anybody home? In the kitchen, Aunt Rachel. Morning, Zella. Aunt Rachel, brought you some cucumbers, seeing as how yours aren't on yet. Thank you. That's so thoughtful of you. Well, I knew you'd have a crowd to feed. What with another missionary about to go? Oh, you've heard then. About Neil? Land sakes, girl. Everybody's heard. Why, the boy was shouting it all over Oak City this morning. Where is it he's going now? Some island, I hear. It's in the Pacific, Tahiti. Oh, imagine, way out there in the Pacific. What with Bruce down in Texas and Neil on some island. That's just grand. Just grand. I was saying to Abe this morning, that Zella has got to be the happiest woman in all of Oak City, Utah today. Just imagine, 2 boys in the mission field at once. Imagine. What is it, Zella? Neil gets his mission call and you're acting like the well went dry. Now, Aunt Rachel, you're imagining things. There's nothing the matter with me. I I know you better than that, my girl. You're not yourself today. I'm the same person I always was. No different today. I'm just fine. Just fine, Pat. Neil gets his mission call. You're all upset, and everything's just fine. I'm not upset. I'm happy. We've waited for this mission call for so long. We've looked forward to it for so long. Oh, happy myself. I know you better than that, my girl. Aunt Rachel, there's nothing in this world that I wanted more than for my sons to grow up worthy to go on missions. It's the greatest thing that could happen to them. We're taught we should send our sons on missions and prepare them to preach the word of the Lord. That's what President Smith says. That's what we've done. That's what we're doing. Bruce was doing so well down in Texas. We were so proud and happy of him when he went.
Well, that new little wife of his might have been proud, but she didn't look too happy, if you ask me.
Of course she was happy. It was the will of the Lord that Bruce got that mission call to Texas. And it's the will of the Lord that Neil got this mission call to Tahiti, too.
Then why are you so upset?
Ever since they were little boys, we've been preparing them to go on missions. Neil's been doing tours around the neighborhood so he can help pay for his mission. We've waited for so long for this. And then yesterday his mission call came and then...
And then?
Somehow, everything seemed to go wrong. I have this uneasy feeling inside. And Rachel, last night I had a dream. It was all full of natives. They were dressed up, they were crying. There were tears running down their faces. And Neil was there. He was lying out in a canoe, all covered with flowers, great ropes of them. So many I could hardly see his face. When I did catch a glimpse of him, his eyes were closed, and his face was so pale. Aunt Rachel, I know what that means.
Well, it sounds like too much chocolate pie, if you ask me.
I know what that means. I've had that feeling before. Something's going to happen to him.
Nonsense, child. Nothing's going to happen.
William, Aunt Rachel, you remember the time when he was kicked by the horse and he laid on his bed just day after day? Nobody thought he would make it.
But he got better. One day he got up as though nothing had ever happened.
I had the same feelings then.
But he got over it. He was all right.
And when Neil was a baby, the cord was wrapped around his neck. They had to work on him for I don't know how long before he showed any signs of life. Rachel, that scared me so. Put such a fright into me. Those same feelings came back last night in that dream, so strong.
Pshaw. It doesn't mean a thing. He got over it, didn't he? Now he's a big, healthy brute of a boy.
How those feelings were so real and so strong last night in that dream. Yeah, Rachel, I've always had a different feeling about Neil. Different from the rest of the children. He always seemed to think it was his special job to make everybody happy. I know a mother isn't supposed to have her favorites, and I haven't. I've loved each of them just the same.
Now, Ella, stop talking about how you're supposed to feel. A mother doesn't feel the same about each of her children, whether she admits it or not. For whatever reason, you've had a special feeling about Neil. You always have.
Well, I guess I have. For whatever reason, I guess I always have.
Well, now you're being honest.
Aunt Rachel, ever since he got that mission call, I've been feeling things I shouldn't be feeling. Things I can't talk about with anyone else. I just die if anyone knew what I was feeling.
Shoot. Stop worrying about what everybody else thinks. You have a right to your own feelings. Zella, what do you really feel?
I don't want him to go. I'm his mother, and I don't want him to go.
But you wouldn't stop him.
No, I've never stopped him. I'd want to. I do want to. I just don't want him to go.
Oh, Zella, it's all right. It will be all right.
Aunt
Rachel. I'm all right. I'm sorry. Now, there's nothing to be sorry about. But if you ask me, you'd better turn this problem over to the hands of the Lord. He's the one that called Neil on this mission, and he's never failed us yet.
He's never failed us. You're right, Aunt Rachel.
There you are.
Oh, all right, there we go. Yeah. Hey, of course she's right. Aunt Rachel's always right. Huh, Merton?
Right, brother. It's because she has wisdom. Those gray locks aren't for nothing.
Now, you two just shoot. Is that any way to treat an old lady?
Haven't I asked you two to keep that basketball out of this house?
Old lady my foot. It's just a disguise.
Now, you two scat. You think you can butter me up and get away with anything.
Can't we, Aunt Rachel? Can't we?
Zella, a body is just not safe around this house. I think I need a protector.
Madam, one protector at your service.
Delighted, I'm sure.
Oh, spurned again. Well, it looks like there's nothing left for me now but the Foreign Legion. Or maybe
2 years in Tahiti?
Liz? Shh. You're supposed to be asleep. It's getting late.
I was waiting for you. Neil got his call, didn't he?
Yes, honey, he did. Just yesterday.
Where is he going?
To Tahiti.
To Tahiti? When?
Real soon. He leaves on the 12th.
You sad?
Kind of. Oh, I wish I were a man. I can't go on my mission for another whole year. I'm too young. Well, I'm just as old as Neil is. It's not fair. It's discrimination. By the time I'm old enough to go, I'll be a sour old maid. Or else married.
Did he ask you to wait for him?
Go back to sleep, Carrie.
Did he, Liz?
Not in so many words. I wanted him to, though. I really did. He's not like anybody else I've ever dated. He's something different. Something, I don't know, special. But I think he wants me to wait for him. I think he likes me. But it seems like something is holding him back, keeping him from saying the words. But I wanted him to ask me to wait. I really did.
Liz,
Where's Tahiti?
Well, what happened this time?
step right up, folks. Catch a quick look at the only living missionary yo-yo. Now you see him, now you don't.
Hey, you guys, what happened?
The lights went out. We got as far as Leamington when the car lights went out. It's got to be the generator. Guess we'll have to pull it out.
The car's lights went out. That isn't even clever. 2 months I've been trying to leave. I was supposed to go on the 12th of September. Then there were postponed sailing dates, no boats leaving this month, revised schedules. I can't even show my face in this town anymore. I've had so many farewells. This time I really thought we'd make it though. And then the lights go out. The lights go out.
Neil, come back. We'll get your clothes all greasy.
I'll give him a hand.
He's going to ruin his good clothes. He won't listen to me.
Zella, honey, let him be.
I dreamed he should go.
But it was only a dream.
Only a dream, Reed? What if it was an omen? What if the Lord is trying to tell us something? It's been 2 whole months since he was supposed to leave the 1st of September. Here it is the middle of November and the snow is building up. It's been one obstacle after another. What if the Lord is trying to tell us something, but nobody will listen?
Zella, do you really think it's the Lord?
Then who, Reed? Then what?
Well, the Lord doesn't work that way. He doesn't work with two opposing hands. He doesn't give a mission call in the one hand and then snatch it away with the other, saying, don't go.
I know that. I know. But what about this dream? It was so real and so strong.
Maybe the dream was for you, but not for Neil.
Not for Neil? What do you mean?
Well, maybe it was a warning of some kind for you.
Then why not for Neil too? He's my child.
Sweetheart, he isn't your child any longer. You've got to let him have his own dreams. Zella, we raised him to be free, to be his own person.
Even if it means losing him?
Sweetheart, maybe the dream was to warn you, to prepare you for something, because the Lord loves you. You've always been such a great person and had such great faith.
I do have faith, Reed. But what about this dream?
The Lord has called him on this mission, and it's between him and Neil. Neil has to have the freedom to choose.
Even if we lose him.
Yes, even then, we've got to let him do what he must do.
Make way for the patient. One very sick generator, unable to dispense light.
I'll get some old papers. Don't put it down yet.
Put it here on the examining table. Let the doctor take a look.
Oh, my kitchen will be a mess.
Well, I was going to put up a light out there by the shed.
Going to doesn't help now. Oh, just be careful. I'll get some rags.
Merton, run over to Ray's and get some wrenches.
Yes, sir. Right away, doctor. And how about a scalpel while I'm at it?
Oh. So what does it look like, Dad?
Well, yeah, brushes look pretty bad. Guess we'll have to replace them.
Where can we get brushes this time of night?
Believe Uncle Ray might have an extra set. Is Merton gone yet?
I'll see if I can catch him.
Well, we'll have her fixed up in no time and still have you to Salt Lake by morning.
Oh, I don't know.
Of course we will.
I don't know. I'm just so darn confused. For 2 months, I've been trying to get off. Stride, I've had so many farewells that I feel like an idiot going around town anymore. I've wanted this mission ever since I was a little kid. Then I get my call to Tahiti. I've been so excited about finally going to a new place. Heck, I haven't been any place much outside of Utah and Idaho. But then Mom had that dream, and all these things keep happening. Nothing is the way it's supposed to be. I don't know what's coming off. Dad, does the Lord want me to go on this mission or not?
Aunt Rachel, come in.
Morning, Rachel.
Let me help you get out of your things. It's cold outside.
It's cold, all right. Now here, I just brought you this nice little currant cake. You just pop it in the oven for a couple of minutes. It'll taste right good on a day like today.
Well, thank you. Reed will really enjoy that with his supper.
Well, it's too bad the boys aren't here. They never could get enough of my currant cake. In fact, I never saw boys that could eat like those of yours.
Seems pretty quiet having them all gone. You know, it's the first time everyone's been away. I've gotten such a habit of cooking a big pot of everything, I can't seem to break myself. Never seen such well-fed pigs as we've got.
Oh, my land sakes.
But where'd you get all those socks with the boys all gone? Well, they may be gone, but their mending comes more regular than their letters.
Oh.
You know, with Bruce doing all that tracking down at Texas, Neil over in Tahiti, they're mighty hard on socks. Takes a while to get a letter from over there, but I can always count on a bunch of socks. Merton's not quite so bad down at Dixie. I think Merlene helps take care of his needs pretty well.
Oh, that little Merlene is going to make some young man a mighty fine wife. What with all her education and her teaching and all. she's going to raise up a fine family.
Are there any prospects yet?
Well,
Rachel.
well, it's too bad about that young feller from Blanding.
That just wasn't the will of the Lord. I'm sure she'll find the right young man soon. Aunt Rachel, you know, I think she has been stepping out quite a good deal with a young returned missionary from St. George.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad to hear that. It's about time for some grandkids around here. You can't expect much from Bruce and Merlene till he gets off of his mission. Guess that won't be too long. When's he due to be released?
Won't be long at all. Just a few weeks.
You know, I guess that little Blue Jean will be mighty glad. It doesn't seem quite right to me to break into a brand new marriage like that.
Well, we just can't question the ways of the Lord, Aunt Rachel.
Well, I don't know. I guess you're right. Anyway, what do you hear from Neil?
We got a letter from him just day before yesterday.
Oh, I surely do miss that boy. What did he have to say?
He said it seems pretty strange to hear everything in a foreign language. Some Tahitian boys are teaching it to him, but it's still pretty hard. He spoke in church, told them all about Oak City and the snow. And I got a letter from Sister Mallory, the mission president's wife.
Oh, a busy lady like that, taking time to write? What's the matter? Neil been coming up?
Oh, no, Aunt Rachel. It's nothing like that. It's a fine letter. She wanted us to know how pleased they are to have Neil as the mission secretary.
Oh, mission secretary. Oh, my land sakes, the way that boy writes. Chicken scratches.
Well, Aunt Rachel, he may not be neat, but he's willing and conscientious and just a joy to be around. That's what Sister Mallory said.
Well, she is right about that. The boy's a joy to be around, all right.
So pleasant and joking all the time. Just a joy to be around. I know he was disappointed not to get to the outer islands with the other missionaries. But he hid it right well, and he seems right willing, she said.
Oh, good. What else did she have to say?
You know, they have Neil coaching the boys and girls basketball teams, leading the singing and the choir, and he's giving piano lessons.
Well, now that's more like it. The boy sings like an angel.
Well, I guess that was pretty hard, too. He was taking the place of an elder Almond, who was a real educated musician. But my, the natives do sing for Neil. In spite of how mixed up he gets or how many mistakes he makes, they laugh and he laughs, and they just really sing for him.
Oh, he's always been a natural-born clown, I've always said.
Natural-born eater, according to Neil. They had a feast over at one of those little chapels. They fed them native style, lots of meats and native foods. They eat with their hands, which Neil just loves to do. Anyway, he ate so much, he had a stomachache and nearly didn't make it to church the next day.
Well, now that just serves him right for eating like a pig.
He'll sure be glad when he can really get out and preach the gospel, though.
Well, Zella, it sounds like Neil's getting along right well. I guess that dream you had didn't mean anything after all. Praise be.
I guess not. But his mission isn't over yet, Aunt Rachel.
Are you still worrying about that, Zella?
I try not to think about it, but when I do, I just have a bad feeling inside. It's a bad feeling that just won't go away. I don't know. It's like something is still going to happen to him.
Zella? Zella?
Is that you, Reed?
There's some mail from Neil. Letters in a package.
First boat in more than a month. Oh, I'll bet these are holy socks. Well, let's see. He says Apostle Cowley has been there for a while.
He ripped the seat of his pants on the way to market, and he hoped nobody noticed.
He spoke at the elders' meeting.
Food is agreeing with him. Too much, he says. He always has a stomach ache from eating too much. He says... You first, Liz.
We had an elders meeting tonight. Apostle Callie was there and talked. He sure made us feel good. He said that this was the best mission of all for building up initiative. He told us to lead the natives, and not to push them, and we'd be sure to get along. I hope you folks aren't having too hard a time keeping me out here. I know that Merton will be leaving soon. We dedicated another little chapel here last night in Nauru, about 4 miles from here. There was a real large crowd. I've been kind of tired lately. Haven't been sleeping worth a darn. My stomach is still bothering me. Guess I just eat too much of this good cooking. Got a whole bunch of mail today. Really appreciate your letters. I didn't get one from Liz. Haven't heard from her in about a month. Maybe she's forgotten me already. I guess maybe she's not the one for me after all. Oh, just call me J. Spencer Lovell. Yes, my choir was recorded last night. An American recorded it for a movie he made on Tahiti. I'm expecting an offer to be advanced to the Salt Lake Tabernacle at any time. Last Sunday, Elder McClellan and I went over to Aru, that small branch we're just starting. I gave a talk on the 4th article of faith. Lasted about 10 minutes. I didn't have to read too much from the Bible. I'll sure be glad when I can get out and preach more to the people, though. Of course, I'll never be the speaker that Bruce is. Reckon that he'll be coming home any day now, and then no one will be able to get a word in edgewise. I'll bet Eugene is walking around a couple of feet off the ground. Sorry to hear about Merlene and her intended. I really like that fellow. But then, eternity is a long time.
Mother Lovell, Daddy!
Eugene, come in.
He's coming! He's coming! Bruce, already? He's been released a week early and I'm going down to Texas to get him when we're back on Saturday.
Oh, whoa there, young lady. We can't understand a word you're saying.
Bruce has been released a week early and I get to go down to Texas and get him.
That's it. Nice and slow.
I'm leaving in an hour. I have to go clear down to Texas to get him. We'll be back on Saturday.
Saturday, isn't that great? That's in just a few days. And a whole week early. I don't have anything done. I was going to put some curtains up in that bedroom, and I haven't done a bit of baking. We have to let Merton and Merlene know. Oh, and my floors, they're a mess.
Mother Lovell, Bruce is coming home. It's not the president of the church. It's Bruce, our very own Bruce. He's coming home.
After 2 years, he's finally coming home.
He's coming home.
What shall I do next, Mom?
Well, let's see. The bread will be ready in a few minutes, and the meat should be ready in about an hour. That'll be just in time. You could get the good tablecloth, and we need the best silver.
The good tablecloth. The best silver. Hey, who you putting on airs for?
Just stop that, smarty pants. This is a celebration, and you know it. You could be a little help around here.
They'll be here in an hour. Shall I get out the good tablecloth?
Oh, that would be lovely, dear.
You two are no help at all. Reed, could you take this and go to the root cellar? I need some potatoes.
Sure.
And some carrots.
Sister Lovell! Oh, Mother Lovell! Sister Lovell, they're coming!
Bruce?
Already?
Did you see them?
We weren't expecting them for an hour.
Oh, I saw them. I saw them turn in the corner by the Finlandsons. They'll be here any minute.
Mom, Daddy, I'm home.
Oh,
Elder Lovell, how's the missionary?
Oh, Bruce, we've missed you so much.
oh, Bruce, Bruce, Bruce!
Welcome home, son.
Mom, I'm home.
Well, the table isn't set, the potatoes aren't peeled, and the welcome home sign isn't up.
No, I'm really fine.
Oh, I'm going to tell everyone that Bruce is home. Hey, everybody, he's home. Bruce is home.
Bruce, let me look at you. You've gotten older and handsomer. Reed, look at this boy. Hasn't he gotten beautiful?
Now, Mother, you're embarrassing him.
Well, you've all gotten beautiful, especially this one.
Well, come sit down.
It was a wonderful mission. Mom, Dad, Merton, Merlene, Eugene. But I'm so happy to have these 2 years of my life are over. Have you heard from Neil lately?
We got some letters from him just Thursday.
Now, Mother, you're not going to read the whole bunch to him, are you?
Uncle Ray, come in.
Hooray.
Hello, Stella. Hello, Reed.
Bruce!
Home already? We weren't expecting you for another week.
Well, I hope you're not going to send me back. How are you, Uncle Ray? How's Aunt Frankie?
Fine, just fine.
Dad, it's good to see you, young man. This little wife of yours was getting mighty anxious.
Uncle Ray, won't you come over and sit down?
I can't stay, Zella. I just stopped by to see if you had any more of that medicine for that little roan heifer of mine. Doesn't seem a bit better today.
Huh. I believe I've got a little left, Uncle Ray.
Pretty nice to have your whole family together again. I mean, all but Neil.
Well, yes, but you know, we were just looking at some of his letters. It seems like he was almost here.
Look at all those letters. All from Neil.
First we've heard in more than a month, then we get a dozen at once. That and his holy socks.
How's the lad doing?
He's doing well, Uncle Ray. He makes mention of you in one of these letters.
Right a fact. What does he have to say?
It's this one. Haven't heard from Liz for... No, that's not it.
Having girl problems, is he?
Oh, here it is.
Say hello to everyone in Oak City, all the relatives and such. How are Uncle Ray and Aunt Frankie Finlinson doing? You know, sometimes over here, I think about Phil and how he always wanted to go on a mission, but he had to go to war instead. I think about us being kids together and hiking around in the South Hills. And I think about how much he would have loved Tahiti.
Been 5 whole years since Bill was at Iwo Jima.
Neil still thinks about him, though. I think he was something of an idol to him.
Frankie and I took Phil over to the depot and we put him on the train. And that's the last we ever saw of him. Then we got a letter saying he was killed over there in Iwo Jima. They sent us some medals. They would never let him come home for Christmas. Pretty soon they shipped his body home. And we went back to the depot and fetched him. And then we buried him out there in the cemetery.
I think a lot about Phil when I'm up in these mountains. Jerome and I were up there just yesterday looking for those little cooking bananas. There were waterfalls all over, green so thick you had to cut your way through. We started down on that side, still looking for those bananas, Jerome leading the way. Gosh, straight down, sliding, hanging on to vines and roots for dear life. Phil
Sure would have loved it here.
Yeah, Phil sure would have loved it.
that you, Ray?
Yeah. Well, Mother,
How's the heifer?
Abe and I have been working on her ever since supper. It doesn't look as though she's gonna make it.
Was Reed out of medicine?
No, he still had some, but the poor thing was too far gone for it to do much good. Well, we did all we could. Might as well get some sleep, what's left of the night.
Did you see Zello while you were there?
Yeah. Bruce came home today, and Merlene and Merton were home for the weekend.
Bruce was home already? Well, I didn't think he was due home for another week.
He wasn't. He came home early. They got a bunch of letters from Neil on that island.
Oh, that's such a long way for a boy to go. Not almost as far away as Iwo Jima.
Neil mentioned our Phil in one of those letters Reed and Zella got today. She read it to me.
What did he say?
He recollected how Phil always wanted to go on a mission. And he told how pretty the country is over there in Tahiti, and he said how much Phil would have loved to be there in those mountains. Funny thing how close those two was, considering Phil was that much older and all.
What's not so funny? Remember when they were just little kids? Oh, Neil followed Phil just everywhere he went. And Phil, he always kind of took care of him.
Imagine him remembering and thinking of Phil after all this long time.
But we're remembering and we're thinking, aren't we? Oh, I don't think I'll ever forget the way he had of looking and of talking.
It doesn't seem like a long time. It seems like just the other day we took Phil over to that depot.
And the way he used to play with the little kids right out in that room. Sometimes I think I'm going to look up and see him come right in the door.
No, Mother, you're not a-going to. We've lost him, and that's that. You might as well give up them thoughts. He's not gonna play with no kids. Or come in no door.
Oh, Ray Finlinson, I know he's gone. I'm not a-dreaming him back. But there's no harm in thinking. There's no harm in remembering.
Don't forget a drink. The restrooms and the drink fountain are through those curtains. If you want candy or pop, please go through those curtains and around as to avoid getting on cozy. I know all about those and they hurt. Well, I'll be seeing you. Goodbye.
Morning.
It's a telegram from Neil. He's coming home.
Be home the 9th. Must have operation. Don't worry. Prepare Starburst shortcake. He's coming home.
We also received a letter from President Mallory, the mission president.
Dear brother and sister Lovell, it is with a feeling of deep emotion that I write this letter as we prepare to send Neil home. He has filled a wonderful mission. He has had a wide experience and has developed greatly in many areas. I wish you could have heard the people sing for him. There were no barriers between Neil and our people, as there have been with some of our elders. They loved him, and he loved them. He has studied hard and has a good knowledge of the Tahitian language. He has longed to labor out in the field, and it is to our sorrow that his work has kept him from it. The ways of the Lord are mysterious. We especially love him. His leaving will mean a real loss to this mission. Surely the Lord must have some great work for him some other place, if not back here. It seems incomprehensible that he should be prepared to such a degree for labor with these special people and have so little chance to labor with them. He's coming home. They wouldn't send him home from his mission earlier if it wasn't really serious, would they?
We'll get him well. He can just come home, and when he's better, then he can go back.
Yeah, he can go back when he's better. Remember when he was set apart, President Ivan set him apart, and some other elders were set apart at the same time. I remember the elder who was set apart just before Neil. He warned him to not be puffed up with self-pride, but to have humility. He told him to give the Lord credit for his successes. And the other elder, he warned to keep the word of wisdom. And when it was Neil's turn, I remember...
I know what you're thinking. You wondered what Neil's weak spot could possibly be. I wrote it down.
Dear Brother Lovell, I say to you that you will go to that far land of Tahiti, and you will go among those people, and you will labor with them, and they will love you, and they will follow you, even as the people of old did the Savior of the world.
I remembered thinking, how could that possibly have come to pass?
Couldn't have. He has only been out preaching among those people for 3 weeks out of his 10 months in the mission field. He hasn't had time. He has to go back.
There's more to this letter. The people love him. They were building a chapel, you know, and when they learned he was sick and might have to go home, they worked from daylight to dark, all of them, not just the members of the church, to get it finished so that Neil could see it done. When it was nearly built, they wrote to see if I could bring Neil to see it. I told them Neil was too sick, he couldn't come. And when those people got that letter, they laid down their tools, all of them, and they gathered up their belongings and tied them up, and they came to Neil. Many of them had no transportation, so they walked the 50 miles to Neil before he left.
And they will love you, and they will follow you, even as the people of old did the Savior of the world.
Read. Neil's coming home.
Mom? Mama!
I'm in the bedroom.
I can't find the good tablecloth.
Look in the left drawer.
It isn't here.
Hey, let me look. I was sure I put it right here somewhere. I knew I put it in one of these top drawers.
When did you use it last?
Well, it was when Bruce came home. It's got to be here somewhere. I just can't find it, Merlene.
Calm down, Mama. They'll be here any minute, and you mustn't let Neil see that you're upset.
I'm not upset. Neil's coming home, and we'll just get him well. He can go back and finish his mission. I'm not worried about that at all. I just can't find the good tablecloth.
Maybe it's in the box under your bed.
That's where I put it. Come in, Legine.
You're just in time to help me set the table. They'll be here any minute.
Wow, I was afraid they'd be here before me. Look what I did, Mother Lovell. It took me all morning. I baked Neil a pie. It's his favorite, apple.
A pie? Well, I made strawberry shortcake. He asked for strawberry shortcake.
That's just fine, Eugene. We'll have both. Mama, would you hand Eugene the silver? She can help me.
Oh, he asked for strawberry shortcake.
Mama.
I'm sorry, Eugene.
Hello in there. Make way for the returning warrior.
Oh, the table's not set. He's home.
Neil.
Yeah, we're so glad you're back.
Well, hello. Congratulations, Eugene. Looks like I'm going to be an uncle.
Yeah, or two by the looks of it.
Hey, Mom. Why the long face? You're supposed to be glad I'm home.
She's just crying because she's going to have to start cooking for an army again.
Oh. Well, the troops are home. A little early, but otherwise in one piece.
What a faker. Some people would do anything for Mom's cooking.
Neil, come sit down.
Hey, whoa, you guys stop treating me like an invalid. I'm hardly sick at all. In fact, the natives thought I was pretty foolish to be coming home. They knew just what was wrong with me. The doctors couldn't cure me, but they said they could.
What did the natives say, Neil?
Oh, the belly button is wrong, they said. It's turned the wrong way. They can get me fixed up just right.
Come on, baby brother, let's see.
Yeah, you two leave him alone.
Yeah, pick on somebody else.
That's enough, you guys. I want to hear about Tahiti.
Well, you guys better enjoy my presence while you can, because I'm not going to be home long.
You're not?
No, I have to get back. I spent 10 months in Papeete preparing myself to preach the gospel. While the other elders were out on the outer islands, I led the singing and gave piano lessons and did everyone's shopping and even coached the girls and boys basketball teams.
Poor baby, what a racket.
But I sure learned a lot about the mission of the people. They're the most wonderful people on the face of the earth. I love them, and I'm going to teach them again. I'm going to get well so I can go back to my people and take them by their hands and lead them right down into the waters of baptism. I want that so bad.
You will, Neil. I'm going to get you well. Then you can go back. You can finish your mission.
Sure you will. Then keep old Hercules down.
When did you first get sick, Neil?
Well, it was in the spring, along about April or May. At first I thought it was too much good food. Boy, did I enjoy that food. Then pretty soon I started getting stomach aches all the time, and well, I couldn't lie down to sleep nights. I got so weak all the time. At first they thought they could fix it there, but then they decided that I needed an operation and they couldn't do it. So they sent me home.
What is wrong, Neil?
They don't know just what the matter is, but I'll get it fixed up quick so I can go back.
The operation is scheduled for Friday morning in Salt Lake City. I talked to the mission secretary down at the train.
Elder Cowley promised me to come to the hospital and give me a blessing. I spent a lot of time with him down there. He loves the Tahitians as much as I do.
Neil, you didn't even let us know.
Mom, I didn't want to worry you. I knew what you'd say.
What I'd say,
You'd say that it was in a dream, with a little warning. But Mom, I was supposed to go, in spite of everything.
Neil, don't you understand? That's what this dream was all about. It has been fulfilled just like I dreamed it. You got sick. You had to come home from your mission. The natives were crying when they left you at the boat. They put lace around your neck, didn't they? The dream has been fulfilled. But you're home now, and we'll get you well. Then you can go back.
Well, I'm going to finish my mission. I love those people, and I'm going to teach them again. I want that more than anything else in this world, and I know I'm going to do it. Dad, I want to go up to that hospital and get that operation, so I can go back.
Zella, sweetheart, we need to go now and pick Neil up, bring him home.
It's black, Reed. There's a blackness so thick around me, and around you, and around Neil. It's everywhere. I thought the dream had been fulfilled when Neil came home from his mission. But it wasn't, Reed. It was just the beginning. The nightmare was just beginning.
No, Zella.
You saw him when he came home. All bent, full of pain. It's cancer, Reed. There isn't a chance for him now. Why wouldn't you listen to me? It's cancer, Reed. There isn't a chance in the world for him now.
Zella, now stop it. You know better than that. If the Lord wants to, He can heal Neil of anything.
Can he, Reed? Can he heal him of cancer? Can he just put out his hand and make those evil cells stop growing wild inside? Can he do that, Reed?
You know He can.
Can he put out the other hand and make the good cells build back up again? Can he do that, Reed? Then why doesn't he do that? Why doesn't he do it before it's too late?
He was promised. Remember, President Cowley and Elder Burton gave him a blessing and promised him that the righteous desires of his heart would be fulfilled, even the hidden desires.
He wants to go back. He wants to finish his mission and teach those people. What more righteous desire is there than that? I'd like to know.
Help him. He needs your faith.
Mr. Lovell, come in.
Thank you, Brother Callie.
Sit down. Tell me how things are going.
Well, you told us to come see you whenever we were here in Salt Lake. Neil is having x-ray treatments.
I'm glad you did. I spent a lot of time with that young boy of yours in Tahiti. He's a mighty fine young man. I've been thinking about him lately. I put his name in the temple again, and First Presidency and the 12 will pray for him in their prayer circle. How is he today?
He's not doing so good, Brother Callie. I can see him getting weaker and thinner before my eyes. He can't eat anything. He can scarcely keep anything down. He's just not getting any better. Brother Callie, you promised him he would, but he's not getting any better.
I promised him what, Sister Lovell?
When you administered to him at the hospital, you promised him that he'd get well.
What made you think that?
Brother Callie, you told him the righteous desires of his heart would be fulfilled.
And just what is a righteous desire?
He wants to go back and finish his mission to the Tahitian people. I would think that's a righteous desire.
Well, Sister Lovell, perhaps we should decide just what a righteous desire really is. We are in the midst of eternity. That includes what has happened before, what happened before we came here, while we are here, and after we leave. The time here is the difficult part because we can't see what happened before and what's going to happen after. If we could, perhaps we would decide that those who pass on are the lucky ones. The world is in such a turmoil, and it will get worse. I sometimes think that those who can miss some of this are fortunate. A righteous desire, then, is one in keeping with the plan of our Heavenly Father. If Neil dies, perhaps he has chosen the greater field in which to labor, for he would be teaching more Tahitians than you could ever imagine.
Brother Callie, Neil can't die. I've nearly lost him so many times before. I can't lose him now.
But what does the Lord want?
Brother Callie, you promised him, as an apostle of the Lord, that he would get well. I will use every ounce of faith I have, and I will hold you to that promise.
Mr. Lovell, you can't hold me to that promise. It was given by the Lord, and it's up to him and to Neil.
I love him.
Sister Lovell, if you really love him, you must know that you can't limit his progression to your finite vision. I think Neil's vision goes beyond ours, and that he understands far better than we do.
Brother Kelly, I've always had faith in the Lord. But now I don't know. I just don't know.
I'll get it, Mother. Keep reading.
Why, Liz, if it isn't the prettiest girl in Oak City.
Hello, Brother Lovell. How is Neil today?
Oh, ornery as ever. You know Neil, he's always been an old grouch. Now he's even grouchier.
Oh, Brother Lovell, you're just the same. You haven't changed at all.
And you, how about you, Liz?
Oh, I'm fine.
Well, don't stand on ceremony. Come in. Come in.
Does he feel well enough to see me today?
He'll want to see you, Liz.
Reed, who is it? It's me, Sister Lovell. Liz.
Liz. Oh, Liz.
Come in. Neil? Oh, Neil.
Is that any kind of welcome for the returning hero? I was expecting a brass band and a tap dance on the table at the very least.
I never was very good at tap dancing. Oh, Neil, you're so thin.
Oh, I think it rather becomes me. I always was a handsome beast, but this night's made me downright irresistible.
Oh, Neil, I don't know why I didn't write for such a long time. I'm so sorry I didn't write to you. I don't know why, but I just couldn't write to you. I tried, but I couldn't. It was just that, well, you were so far away.
Liz, it's all right. You're here now, and that's what matters. Everything's all right.
But it isn't. I let you down when you needed me.
You didn't know.
But I should have known. I should have. When you love someone, you know those things.
Do you, Liz? Do you love me?
Oh, I do. I do, Neil. You'll see. You'll get better. And when I get home from my mission...
Your mission? You're going on a mission?
Yes, but when I'm home and you're all better, we'll be together and everything will be all right. Everything will be just...
It's all right. It will be all right.
Aunt Rachel, Uncle Abe, won't you come in?
Whoa, getting colder out there.
Here, let me help you with your things.
Well, how's Neil doing today, Stella?
He's a little tired from the trip, but he's in good spirits. Rita's up with him now.
Yeah, good. Hey, I think I'll go up and say hello. I won't stay long. Hi, Ray. What a loafer he got here.
Hi, Uncle Abe. Look who's talking. I don't see you doing anything particularly strenuous around here.
Some people will do anything to get out of a little work. Huh?
Yeah. Bet you're telling everyone you're taking time off to visit a sick friend.
Yeah, well, better than working for a living.
Enough out of you two deadbeats. I'm the only one doing any work around here. After all this reading's taxing my brain.
Well, I think we're gonna have to give your dad a little rest here. Let me read for a while.
When did you get back from Salt Lake?
It was yesterday.
Did you see Elder Callie?
Yes. You know, he told us to come and see him whenever we were in Salt Lake. I went to his office and we had a little visit. Rachel. Then he went over to the hospital with us and he gave Neil another blessing.
Oh, another blessing?
He told Neil that his mission among those people on this earth was complete, that it was finished, that his Heavenly Father has accepted of his work. He said that Neil stands without spot or blemish before his God. Rachel, I'm so afraid we're going to lose him.
Now hush, child. You don't know that. He said that his mission among those people was completed. Now there's a big difference there. Why, many's a time the Lord's just snatched snatched Neil from the very jaws of death. Remember the time that he fell off the stadium up in the canyon? Nobody thought that he'd ever get up and walk again. But the Lord just snatched him from the jaws of death.
Rachel, you remember when Neil was a baby and I knew something was wrong with him. I just had a bad feeling inside. It's the same feeling I have now. It just won't go away.
Now just stop it. Stop it, Zella. Where is your faith? You know everyone's fasting and praying for it. Those prayers have to count for something.
I know. Those prayers do count. Rachel, I thought that dream had been fulfilled when Neil came home. And when Brother Callie gave him that first blessing, I was sure it had been. And then it turned out to be cancer. And the next blessing... Oh, I don't know, Aunt Rachel. I've been fasting and praying for so long. I just don't know. I know those prayers have to count for something.
They do, Zilla. Those prayers do count. But maybe we pray and then shut our ears and say, get well, get well. Maybe the Lord is saying, be still, be calm, be quiet and listen to what I want for you. I don't know. Maybe Neil understands better than we do. Maybe you're confused, Zella, because you're not listening. Maybe it's time for you to be quiet, to be still, to listen to what the Lord's saying.
I can't hear it, Aunt Rachel. I just can't hear it.
Maybe you have to give him up. All his life, you've been there for him, fighting for him, teaching him, helping him to become his own man, to carve his own destiny, to make his own choices. Maybe now, it's time that you let him go to his own choices and to the Lord.
When Neil received his mission call, Reed told me that I had to give him the freedom to choose, that I wasn't to hold him back with any of my doubts. Is that what I'm doing, Aunt Rachel? Am I holding on too hard?
Yes, it's Zella.
And Brother Callie yesterday, he said it was up to Neil.
Up to Neil and the Lord.
Aunt Rachel, I just can't stop fighting for him.
Mother, he wants you.
He wants me. I guess I'd better go. Aunt Rachel, thank you. Uncle Abe, thanks for coming.
Well, we'll be going now, Reed. I'll stop by tomorrow.
You'd best be. Reed, I really am worried about Zella.
Well, there's another thing we can talk about that's along the line of simplicity, and that is simple faith. That's another thing these islanders have, and that is very simple faith. You know their minds are not all confused with psychology, psychiatry, and all these other things. All they know is just a simple faith in God and in His power. Can you sleep now, son?
Read a little longer.
You've had such a busy day. My, what a lot of visitors you have. So many friends.
Aren't you tired, Neil? Can't you sleep now?
Not yet, Dad. Mom, read me some more.
They have implicit faith in the fact that they have been preserved down through the centuries. They have accepted God's power as the simplest thing in the world.
Neil, are you all right, son? Do you need something for the pain?
No, not yet. I don't want to sleep yet. Dad. Oh, Mom. You know, Merton, Merlene, Bruce, and Lidgey. I love them all. The islands, those people, faith like nobody. Love, kindness. I'm going to teach them again. I'm going to.
Neil, don't talk now. You need to rest, son.
But not yet. Dad, Mom, I'm not afraid to die.
Don't talk like that, Neil. We don't have to talk like that.
But Mom, I'm not afraid. It's all up to the Lord. I am in His hands. If He wants me to get well and go back to the islands, I will. If not, though, that's okay too. Whatever He wants for me. Dad, I'm not afraid. I'm filled with His peace.
Neil, you're not going to die, son. You're going to get well. You're going to go back and finish your mission.
Mama, don't. You can't hold on to me anymore.
Neil, I'm your mother and I love you. You're my child. I've always fought for you and I'll keep fighting for you.
Mom, I love you. But you have to let me go. Let me go.
Neil, it's a mother's job. I have to keep fighting and never give up.
Mom,
son,
you finished your job like a pro. I couldn't have had a stronger mother. Now, stay strong and know that your job is done.
Neil, Neil, no. I know. I guess I've always known. You're not a child any longer. You're a young man, a wonderful young man. It is up to you, Neil, and up to the Lord.
Mom, it's all up to the Lord. I will teach them. I will teach them. Up there, we could see the ocean and mountains and valleys. Phil! Down at the canyon, into the jungle. Phil! There's a good tree.
Neil, sun.
Look at the sky. The sun is setting. Leaves are turning on the south hills. Bill, out red and orange.
Neil, it's snowing, son. It's been snowing all day.
Mama, I don't want to go alone.
Mom. Mom.
Who is it? Who's there?
It's me. It's me, Mom. Phil.
Phil? 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 Ray, wake up, it's our Phil.
Nonsense, Mother. You're dreaming. Phil's gone.
Oh, Phil.
No, Mom. I can't stay. I just wanted to see if you were all right. I came for Neil.
You came for Neil?
I don't want him to go alone.
Phil. That's you, boy?
Mom, I can't stay. I just wanted to see if you were all right. Remind you that I'll always love you. I've got to go.
Phil, don't go.
Son, Phil.
Abe, did you hear that?
What is it, Rachel?
Didn't you hear it?
Hear? Of course I can hear, Mother. Think I'm deaf?
Deaf? Think is more like it. Didn't you hear it? He was singing.
Singing? Who?
Neil, he must be better. I heard him singing.
Singing? Out on a night like this? In all this snow?
He was singing. I heard him. He must be better. He was singing so, but it was different. It was though it was coming from above. Oh. Abe. Abe.
It was my privilege to know this young man, to know him as a missionary in far off Tahiti, and also after he returned, and during the closing days of his life. Indeed, I know every man who has been, or who now is, a missionary in the Isles of the Sea. I know them whether I have seen them or not. I know their hearts. I know their love and their appreciation for the noble race of people among whom they have served as missionaries. A race of people unexcelled in love, charity, kindliness, and faith. The qualities which set them apart as children of God. When last I visited Elder Lovell, his heart was set upon going back to his mission. He could talk of nothing else. Well, I'm sure that he has now realized his wish. He is now doing missionary work for more Tahitians than he could have ever worked with in the Isles of Tahiti. He is happy with them, and they with him. His missionary work goes on. Whatever blessings Elder Lovell had been promised during his lifetime, which apparently were not fulfilled, it is my belief that he did not claim them. He has chosen the greater field wherein to realize those blessings, and his own blessings will be greater than if they had been received in mortality. Life, after all, is eternal. The skeptic stands on the bank of the river, and as he looks downstream and sees the river disappear around the first bend, he says to himself, that is the end. The river does not continue beyond that point. But the man with faith, standing alongside him, sees beyond the bend and knows the river continues. It continues until it reaches the great sea of eternity. And that is my vision. And that is the vision that Neil saw. And that you, my brothers and sisters, can also see if you look with eyes of faith.